ready never came for me. It didn't. I just started. Somewhere along the way. I started, and then ready followed. I became more ready, if you like. And that's the bit that nobody tells you. Alright everybody, I'm JT. Welcome back to JT Vlogs. I'm at Manvers Lake for this one. It's all going off. This is the video that I should have made first. It's all right. Before I start, I owe everybody a bit of an apology, really, because I've been saying for a couple of these videos, just start, just hit record and just go for it. And on reflection, and I've looked back, mostly when I was editing, that's not the way I did it really. There's the bit that becomes that's there before you're ready to hit record, and that's the bit that I want to cover in this vlog. So yeah, my apologies. I meant just go for it, and I still stand by that sentiment of hit record and go for it. But yes, there's a bit more to it, and there were for me when I started journey on YouTube, and that's why I thought I'd come around here and just do this vlog and explain a bit more. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, JT Vlogs, Creepy Joints, if you can, that'd be fantastic. And if you can drop me a like and get out comments and let us know what's going off, and let me know how far you got on this one. Cheers everybody. Thing is as well, if it were just as easy to hit start and just or hit record and go for it, everybody would be doing it, wouldn't they? Everybody would be doing it. Fair play to anybody that has. So yeah, spoilers. Coming clean a bit with this. It's actually part of a trilogy, if you like, about my YouTube journey. We've had monetisation vlog, we've had how I felt after it and how it changed me. And just like me in typical fashion, this is where it should have been first. I should have started with this one. So if you think it's a bit like me trying to be George Lucas, because I'm releasing episode 1 now, after 2 and 3, hey, it were all right, weren't it? I mean, I love Star Wars. It did go a bit pear-shaped, in my opinion, with new stuff, double-ended lightsabers and all that politics. We'll have none of that on this channel. A lightsaber would come in handy, but that knows. Yeah, so we're talking about what's happening, and especially after 50, what's happening before you start something. And what I found is, it's not just the physical stuff. It's not just stuff about, you know, you might be slowing down or less mobile, but it's the stuff that happens up here, in this nugget, the Swede, the eared. That's what I want to talk about. And not a lot of people talk about that. So I am. I'll go for it. Let me know what you think in comments. So like when you're younger, you don't really think of stuff, do you? You just do it. You don't hesitate, you just have a go. You see a BMX, you jump on it. You're flying down Death Hill in Cretan Woods, and you have to Caring World. You don't stop and think, if I go down this hill and come off, what's the dynamics of that, and how will that affect me hip in another 40 years? You don't think out like that, do you? Not when you're young, you just go for it and make decisions. But then when you're over 50, You start analysing everything. Or I have. I found myself doing that. Overthinking and over-analysing stuff. It's like, you've got to be careful. You've got to be sure. And you've got to know you're safe in what you're trying. But it's fun in that. When you start to think about it, you find yourself, if you're all like me, being less challenged, being safe, being secure, and being comfortable. Sometimes too comfortable. And I think it starts around this time of life. It must do. What it is for me, you find it hard to go on a new adventure, do something new. And that's what it was like with YouTube, if I'm honest with you. It were all new and it were all a bit daunting. Not techie stuff. You can go and watch a YouTube video on that, can't you? And learn as you go and make a few mistakes. I'm talking about looking like an idiot, failing, being safe rather than trying something, waiting until you're ready. Ready never comes, does it? It's beautiful round here on Manvers Lake. Swans are out and lot. Lovely. Yeah, so you'd be thinking, it's not right time to start that. Let me do it when time's right. Let me have a minute first and think it through. There'd be more excuses and barriers, and you'd end up not doing it at all. So you're waiting for the right time, aren't you? And there's no right time, there's no guaranteed right time. Not for me, there weren't. And I think some of it as well is you're protecting yourself when you're a certain age, let's say over 50 for me. You start protecting yourself because, hey, you don't want your pride to be damaged because you've had that dented, haven't you, a few times? Well, I have, any road. You don't want your health to be impacted because you've had struggles and you've come through them. Money, you can't be chucking money away because by now, at this time, you've probably learnt a lot more about what worth is and how much it bloody takes in effort to earn a wage and earn some money. So you look after it, you try to. So it's playing it sort of safe again. Protecting yourself is what I mean. Protecting yourself. But that, you see, can have an adverse effect. You can be too safe with things and not make them decisions, not make any decisions. I found myself doing that. And who's to know? It could have been a really good decision, but I was protecting it. And I thought, best not to. Yeah. At one point, I just did it. Just went for it. And I can't exactly tell you, but in fact, I can actually. I can remember exactly when it were, thinking back. Yeah. And I'll tell you about that in a bit. When I found myself going back after all these years into drama and doing a bit of acting. Actually, that's when it were a conversation I had then, and I'll tell you about it in a sec. I'm just going to try and remember where it were. Oh, I don't know, I remember now. Yeah, you could be sat there thinking, I've got a sensible job here, sensible life. I know it's steady. I'm paying my mortgage, roughly, just about keeping up with electric. And it's all, like I said, it's all stable. It's all manageable to a degree. But then your experiences that you're having, they start shrinking, and your world all of a sudden, I just found it become smaller. It seems like your world becomes smaller. And as people get older and your families get older, your family can get smaller and all. Maybe your kids are leaving home. Maybe, you've lost some relatives as well. And I don't want to get depressed to bring it down, this one. But if you just let it go comfortable, too guarded and you don't actually try and do something, then yeah, it can feel a small place. It can feel almost too comfortable, if you get me. And they reckon as well, and I looked at this other day, well, in fact, it popped up on my feed. Healthy, the average healthy age in the UK, you're healthy up to about being 63-year-old. And you think 63, fair enough, it might start slowing down. It's no number, that is it? No chuffing number at all, man, 63. But what they're saying is, that's probably an age where you might start with, if you've never had it, arthritis or something, might slow you down when you don't want to slow down. Because is it something like 67 or 68 when you can retire? It don't make sense. I looked at that and I was shocked, because you've got to make best of it, haven't you, and all? You've got to make best of it. Hey, I'm envious of them that can retire at 55, because you've at least got some active years left where you can go out and have a dance, or, you know, get walking still. Or you could go and see World, whatever you want to do. And that's what it were like. Well, a couple of reasons that I started thinking differently. And like I said to you, one is when I went acting again. And it's relevant, so stick with this story if you can. Oh God, it's relevant. It's relevant to starting YouTube, it's relevant to starting a job, going for an interview, all that sort of thing. I think it is anyway. Let me know in comments if you think I'm waffling. So, I'd not done, as I spoke to you before about this, on last one I think it were, I'd not done so well at school, but I loved drama, and I loved the idea of, you know, performing. So that interests me, and I seen where there were a film being made and they wanted extras, and I did a bit of drama school again, and I brushed up on a few, felt stupid to be honest. 40 odd, felt like a right pillock, but anyway, I went for it, and I went and I got a job as an extra on a film, and it were a surreal experience. It were fantastic, but I was nervous as hell. Hey, I went to bus stop because I thought, I can't drive, I'm too nervous. It's weird that, I mean, I could have took car, but I got bused at film set, and I got to the film set early. I thought I need to be going through my lines still here, even though I kind of knew them. I'd only got a couple of lines anyway, like I said, we're more of an extra. And I'm stood waiting to go on set. It was fascinating, you know, seeing a film behind the scenes and that was absolutely fascinating. I'm stood waiting, and I got talking to this guy, and I thought, I know his face, man. Do you know what I mean? And hey, I'll not say his name, but he'd been on telly. Like, he was a proper actor. He'd got a big role in it, you know, this thing I was doing. And I thought, bloody hell, it's him, like. I says, all right, and he says, hey up mate, you all right? Are you going on set? I says, well, yeah, I've got a bit of... And we ended up talking for ages, and that I've never forgot this conversation. I've never forgot it. We were talking for a long time, and I think I dropped on because he was a sound guy, and he were like, are you a bit nervous? I says, I am a bit, yeah. I says, I bet you're... He says, I'm terrified, I'm anxious, terrified like this. I says, you're joking, aren't you? I'm thinking, I do remember him seeing him actually in a Royal Variety thing. He actually did a big stint in that. I says, surely, I says, are you, what do you mean? And I don't know exactly what wording and how it went, but he said, I still get anxious and I still get really nervous. But he says, I can tell you something here. He says, that's normal, because actually anxiety, butterflies in your stomach, feeling nervous about going and doing something like this. He says, I still get it. He says, but do you know, deep down, if you think about it, those butterflies and nerves and feeling a bit giddy and anxious, that's excitement as well. Hey, and the cousins' anxiety. So I can't speak, can I? They're actually cousins' anxiety and excitement in a way, because they're very similar and they represent very, very similar in how you feel. I went, all right, yeah, I'm thinking, might be onto something here. He says to me, do you know what I do before I go on stage? I thought, no, I could do with a whiskey. He says, I repeat from that. I says, what do you mean? He says, I'll share it with you. He says, what I've learnt is, when I go on stage or I go on to do a film or I'm in front of a camera, I always think to myself, I'm going to enjoy this experience. I'm not going to let fear spoil this moment, this experience. And I thought, hey, he's got something, hasn't he? Subconsciously or not, I don't know whether it sank in straight away, but I went on and I did all right, and I felt good about myself after, and I'm glad I got on bus, because I weren't going to get on bus even, but I'm glad I did. And it's stuck with me as that, because there's a percentage of it, and it probably is only small, where you can choose not to be feeling that way. Like I said, it's only a small percentage, but he goes through a mantra of, I'm going to enjoy this experience. I'm not going to let this spoil my moment. I can worry about stuff after. I can be anxious after. I can think back at it after. I can overthink it after. But it's not spoilt it. It's not spoilt my day, my moment. I try and remember that, bless him. He were a lovely bloke. I'll not say his name, because I'm not trying to big my son up or big him up. But trust me, yeah, I learnt a lot. I also learnt as well that everybody on set were just like there to do a job, and they were all equal. We didn't have many arseholes on set, but you can get them apparently. I've only done a couple of bits of extra work, and I did a little bit of a TV thing as an extra. Again, in my late 30s, 40s, I've not done all for years like. But I think that's why I like doing this as well. I've said that before, you know. I think that's why I like doing it. It feels like I'm creating something, and I like telling stories. Let me get back on track as to where I were with this one. I just need to check my notes. I do have a couple of notes, but it's not scripted. It is nice up here, isn't it? Quick one for you. Don't want to be a preacher. I bet you're sick of probably hearing this, but it's worth saying. Don't go in water. Even if you're tempted, you have no idea what's under that water. You could be a fantastic swimmer, but don't go in there on your own, unsupervised, because you can go actually swimming here and learn proper open water swimming at a proper place. But yeah, don't jump in there, man or woman. Who am I to tell you? Anyway, it's just too many people not here with us, because they've made a decision on the spur at the moment. And anyway, moving on, that's a bit sad, isn't it? Oh, I'm still here. Yeah, so YouTube, just hitting record. It's not always as easy as that, but waiting for the right time, ready never comes. It didn't. You just got to try, and obviously a little bit of practice. Don't make a big plan. Just have a beginning, a middle, and an end. A rough outline, it can change as it goes, can't it then? A bit like this vlog. Again, I just want to be really clear. I'm not a YouTube guru. So take everything with a pinch of salt. This is from my experience that I'm sharing with you. I've been there, like I said on my last video. I once clicked on a bloke. I thought, he's interesting, he knows his stuff. He knows his onions, as we say. I were a couple of videos in. He's asking to blooming send me your email, do this, do that, sign up. It's only £297 for this coach. I thought, you can nanas. There's no wonder he's doing all right on YouTube and in life in general. They all do all right, them videos. But, if you're coming in angle polished and a guru, it's definitely not me. Like I said on my last video, But hopefully, as the more I share, the more I remember. Fancy remembering start of this at end. It's just typical me, really. Yeah, this is episode 1 of 3, if you like. Probably won't do another until I find out a bit more about YouTube and share my experience. I never knows. It's round here then. I can't go too far because bloody £2 to park. I'm only up road. And the lock gates. Locking gates in a bit, so typical me, innit? Cutting it fine. Every bleeding time. And when it's right time to do out, and don't be put off when you start in YouTube, or even I suppose if you're going for an interview, this kind of comes in. What I wanted to talk about next is don't be put off by numbers. No. What I mean by that is, if you're thinking of doing a YouTube channel, sorry, I've got a bit of hay fever. If you're thinking of doing a YouTube channel, and then you look at how many YouTube channels there are, there's juffing millions, man. And then you look at creators, there's hundreds of thousands of and you look for an idea, they've all just about been done. But what's really reassuring is what somebody told me, they've not seen your channel, JT. Nobody's seen you. What you make is unique. What you bring is yours. And nobody can really, they can try if they want to look daft like me, but it's not me, is it? And people might like you, and you might connect with people and be fortunate, like I've connected with a lot of people already, which I love, so thank you. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is, there's somebody that's your audience. I think everybody as well has got a story to tell. And their story, your story is very important to tell. So maybe that's something you want to think about. But it's the same, like I said, with an interview. I've been for these jobs whereby thousands of applicants, and you think, juffing hell, I'm to prayer, why am I even... And if you thought, why am I even going to bother? I'll not bother even sending the form off. You'd never do it, would you? But here's the thing, when you go for an interview, it's you in front of them. And they haven't seen you before. They haven't seen your personality. And you might be exactly what they're looking for, because you don't know that. Unless you go and you chuck your hat in the ring. So yeah, you've tried not to think about numbers in front of things. That's another obstacle. Probably in life, and definitely in YouTube game. To me, I've said this before, but it's worth repeating. If I can encourage anybody, it's worth repeating this one. Monetisation is good. It is, obviously, it makes things a bit easier, like if I need a new lens and I've made 30 quid over the last 6 months, I'm not going to get a new lens, but it's like it builds up, doesn't it? So it can take, you could take a little bit out to cover what your next vlog might be, or towards some equipment. So that's all right. It's not too bad. But if you're actually thinking about what really matters, is the connection is invaluable that you get with people. And I'll keep banging on about it. Like the interactions that you have and the feeling of, I had a video, right? And it did less than 300 views. Which, you know, I'm not saying that's bad to anybody. If you get a view, it's good, especially when you're starting out. But you know what it's like, you get a bit carried away, and I thought, this will be a good video. And it didn't do so well, right? But I got one comment. You know what that comment said? It says, I can't believe I found you, and I needed to hear this today. Thank you. And I sat and I thought about that, and I thought, do you know what? It's right. I had millions of channels. Can't believe they found me, and I've helped change or helped something make sense to them. Just helped them. And that was just so powerful, that. Another big one is obviously, a lot of you know that I lost my brother only in his early 50s. And he was slowing down in life, you know, not working as many hours. He was getting ready to enjoy things, you know, again, to have a bit more time. And he was getting ready to do stuff, getting ready to travel with his family. And, well, ready never came, did it? Ready never came. It just shows you life. Life, eh? He does motivate me in a way. It does motivate me, because I think to myself, he'd be saying go for it. He'd be saying on your bad days get out. He'd be saying watch the next video, you daft bugger. I can't believe you've said that on tape. He'd piss himself at it. So I partly do it, as you know, I've said it before, I partly do it for him. But waiting for the right time to do something, there's no guarantees. Tomorrow's not guaranteed, is it? Chuff me, this has turned into a... Sorry. Oh, I've got that off my chest now anyway. I'm going to go back to the car before I get locked out. There's some other stuff I'm going to talk about on this. I'll try and reorder it when I get home. Make it make some sense. Hey, what's your... What's the thing that you're wanting to do? What have you always wanted to do that you've put off? Is it an hobby? Is it something that's out your comfort zone, like, you know, like I've experienced? What is it? It might even be to go and see family that you've not seen for a while. Of course, that can build up to something like, oh, I don't know, I'm not ready, I need to do this, I need to have my hair cut. But yeah, go and see them, because you never know, do you? I think I've scratched this chuffing lens. What an idiot. I cracked my other one. I think I've smashed this, so yeah, wear and tear, innit? And me dropping stuff, because my hands don't work as well as maybe what they should. At least I've got hands. I hope the ringing bell last orders, car park shutting. I best get a move on. Don't lock me in. Ooh, no. If you've enjoyed this little stroll around Manvers Lake, and you've enjoyed listening to me parrot on, do me a massive favour. Hit that subscribe button. Hit me a like up. And very importantly, drop me a comment and let's have a chat. I love the interaction side of things. So yeah, I've been JT. Thanks for coming with me this evening and making it not as boring. See you all later. Take care and have a good week. Cheers. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going, but I sure know where I've been. I hope I know where I'm chuffing going. And I lock that bloody car park up. This is right way, isn't it? Oh, Christ. Ooh. Ready for a cup of tea, I tell you. We're here. Whee! Oh, with only font exit. Chuffing George Lucas. That's cracked me up, that bit. I've got a check shirt on and a beard. But I tell you something, he don't want my bank account for his. I know that for a cert. Yeah, I hope to come with that.